from the Redbird Arena. Welcome to high school basketball. Tonight, the Fond du Lac Cardinals welcome the Yelping Ghosts of Kaukauna to the Redbird Arena. Good evening. I'm Mike Pfeiffer, along with special guest commentator tonight, Roger Springborn. And Roger, welcome aboard. Glad to have you helping us out tonight. Roger, for you Fond du Lac fans, most of you know, for many years, one of the assistant coaches here for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. And we'll talk about that a little bit later as this game rolls along. Roger, first of all, the Cardinals' first game in about a week now since their game was canceled this past week on the road up at Kimberley due to the snowstorm. So, coming against the Kaukauna Ghosts, a team that beat them twice last year. Very unusual for a team in recent history to beat the Fond du Lac twice, so obviously a bit of a motivation factor right away.
Well, yes, it is. However, they have lost most of their players from last year's team. Looking at this year's team, there seems to be two kids that they really need to stop, that being GEITNER, good 6'2" perimeter player, and then Conan, the big 6'8" center in the middle.
Well, Conan, as you mentioned, at 6'8", leads the team in scoring, coming in at 15 plus, almost 16 points a game. GEITNER about 14 points a game. Those are the two leaders. Also brought up a young freshman that we expect to see an awful lot of tonight that has been playing a lot of times. We'll talk about him also. But first of all, back to the fact that they haven't played in a week now with the snowstorm. This time of the year, does that a factor at all for kids when you have to have a week layoff?
I don't think it is. You know, the kids are young. They're resilient. They'll bounce back. You know, they've got a lot of games coming up, and I don't think the week off is going to bother them whatsoever.
Cardinals have been getting a lot of contributions from many players. A very deep team for Fond du Lac this year. One guy that I think has stepped up and does a nice job for them, though, is Travis DIENER. Travis, only a freshman, has stepped up to back up that point guard spot behind Koenig. Been getting more and more minutes as the season has gone along, and it's really done a nice job from that quarterback spot.
Yeah, he's done a real nice job taking care of the basketball. That's one of the keys for the point guard. You have to be able to take care of the basketball and distribute it to where it's got to be. And the other dimension that he adds is he can hit the three. So, yeah, he's done a very nice job.
Well, we'll take a break and be right back with head coach Dick DIENER right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
Mom, what about my cookies for the bakery?
After dinner, dear.
Mom, when are you going to make dinner?
That I can do right now.
Hello, KFC delivery.
KFC features home delivery. Take the hassle out of mealtime with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Call 921-5440.
Thinking of buying a new vehicle? Think Lens. Our factory warranty is important? Think Lens. Want follow-up service after the sale? Lens again. With over 30 years of experience and $2 million of inventory, Lens's unsurpassed quality vehicles include one-owner new truck trade-ins covered under the original factory warranty or backed by the Lens Sales and Service personalized warranty. So think Lens. Fond du Lac's exclusive Snowway snowplow dealer and truck center of choice. And see our complete line of lawn truck accessories. Think Lens.
Spies Painting and Decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spies can handle it. Call Spies at 921-7107. Spies Painting and Decorating. Let Team Sports be your headquarters for Packers stuff this year. And Team Sports features those ever-popular letter jackets in stock. Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac.
And welcome back once again.
The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery has a board of certified...
Dick DIENER. And Dick, our game last week against Nina, of course, the last game, I felt they dropped the ball in the second half, almost as if they kind of gave up on the game plan the whole ball went.
Well, geez, that seems like ancient history, that Nina game. I'm trying to think how that thing went.
Right.
I do remember we did a heck of a job defensively on Fleming and on Hopkins, and I was very proud of our kids in that. In the second half, we played really, really strong and put the game away. But since that time, of course, we've had the game with Kimberley that was supposed to be played earlier this week that was called off, and our kids were ready to go for that one. But, hey, they're really energized, and I think they'll be ready to go tonight.
Is that a tough thing for you, the fact that game, you lose that game to Mother Nature? It's got to be tough, you know. You get all pumped up, the kids get pumped up, and then lo and behold, we're not going anywhere.
Exactly. You know, kids look forward to playing, and then when they get the news that the game's been called off, it's a real downer for them. And but that's part of basketball, and winter's in Wisconsin. So it just means we'll reschedule that one for next Tuesday night, and we should be ready to go tonight.
I think the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts in here tonight. Team, of course, that gave you fits last year, beating us twice, even beating them on our home court to break a pretty good home winning streak at the time. Not the same team coming in there. However, they do have a good big kid, and of course, GEITNER is back.
Right. They took it to us twice last year, beat us early in the year down here 56-49, and then later in the year they beat us 48-46 up at their place. We shared the title with them, so it's not very often that teams can beat us 2 times in a year, and of course most of our kids were part of that, so that should add for a little extra incentive here tonight, a little extra motivation. Coonan is 6'8". His coach, Coach Shallow, believes he's, I think, the best big man in the league, and they got GIORDANA, who's a scoring guard that does it from outside, drives to the basket quite nicely, and you're going to see, I think, the same style as we saw last year with full court pressure, and they like to play an up-tempo game, run the basketball.
I thought that Nina's press last week against you was rather ineffective. I thought like took good care of the basketball. I'm very impressed with that.
I would agree. I thought our guards handled the ball quite well, and we went through it and really weren't bothered by it.
So with Kaukauna coming in tonight, I would expect to see we hope we see the same thing, or are their guards out front a little bit better defensively?
Well, they'll play a variety of guys, I think, at those guard slots. I think they'll rotate 5 guys in at those 3 spots, and they'll play a diamond and 1 press, and then they'll do some man-to-man run and jump kinds of press. You know, they've looked good in their non-conference games that I've seen them at. They come in here at 4-3 overall and 2-3 in the league. So it's just a case of our kids being strong with the basketball and good court vision, and I think we'll be fine.
Of course, it was good to have Danny Strum back. Probably good for you and good for the team as a whole. I'm sure that there were some kids that were maybe a little disappointed to see him back because they don't get as much playing time when he is here.
Well, you know, I think all kids, it's just natural that you want to play. But I think, you know, the kinds of kids we have put the team before themselves, and, you know, are happy to see that Dan is back and contributing because he does provide a lot of inside muscle and leadership, and he's a good all-around solid player.
Now, does the big guy here tonight present any unusual problems for you defensively?
Well, that remains to be seen. He's 6'8", he's 220 pounds, he's a load, so you know, it's a lot bigger than anybody that we have. We'll just have to see how our tough half-court man-to-man defense does. We've been preaching this week for our perimeter guys to really destroy the vision of their outside players so they don't see them in there, you know, and make it hard for them to enter the ball. And then we'll be doing all we can with our big guys to try to prevent him from getting the ball inside, beating him to the low block, and that's, you know, where he wants the ball is down deep. And if he gets it in there at any consistency, you know, we're going to be in trouble.
Is this the type of a guy that you have to come back and double down on him a lot? Get a lot of help out
I think so, yeah. If he does get the ball, we'll want to sink in and try to dig it out, and if he puts it on the floor, take it away from him.
Now, just out of curiosity, is it Casey Jekyll or Andy Rose who will draw him defensively?
To start the game, Dave, Casey will draw that assignment, but don't be surprised, you know, if we rotate some different people at him.
Because both those kids, I think, will definitely ride through that challenge. They seem to actually play a little bit better. I can remember our big guy from here a couple of years ago, I thought used to play better. We had a good big man against him.
Well, you know, I think both Andy and Casey, and you'll see Danny Shrum, I think, maybe muscling him a little bit as well, you know, they have risen to the occasion when they play these premier people, and I think they look at it as a challenge because, you know, people are saying that this guy is the best big guy in the league, and of course we think, you know, we have some pretty good guys ourselves. So.
Dick Diener, the head basketball coach of the Fond du Lac Cardinals, game here tonight against Kaukauna. We'll be right back with the starting lineups for both teams right after this on your Fond du Lac Cardinal basketball report.
The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery has a board of certified surgeons to help you. So whether a condition exists for weekend voyeurism, work, or around the house, the doctors at the Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery can help.
Before you head to the rink this season, you have to stop first at the Sports Shop 2 or the Penalty Box. They both have a full line of Bauer CCM and Mega Gear, and a new line of figure skates from Rydell to Lake Placid. That's the Sports Shop 2 and the Penalty Box.
Welcome back to the Redburn Arena, about moments away from tonight's action, but first of all, we will pause for the playing and singing of our national anthem. The Fond du Lac Band with our national anthem here. So we now chime in with the school song, and once again, welcome to Roger Springborn for joining us here tonight, Roger. We'll touch on as game goes on. Former assistant coach, volunteer assistant coach, let me throw that in, with the Fond du Lac Cardinals, so certainly we'll have plenty of insight.
Yeah, pull me out of the stands tonight to pinch hit.
Yeah, pinch hitting is like that. JV final tonight, Fond du Lac 55-43. Believe it or not, Nick Van Knocker left us tonight on another, I guess we'll call it another assignment. He calls it another assignment. We heard he's... All right, now let's take it down courtside for tonight's starters.
To the Fox Valley Association, they have a record of 2 wins and 3 losses this year. Their roster includes number 11, Andy Borchard, number 22, Jeremy Viles, number 24, Justin Walter, 25, Joe Schoenfeld, number 32, Aaron Gussman, number 33, Eric Van Handel, number 42, Bill Binsfeld, and number 45, Pete Miller. Also number 34, Aaron Geitner. For our Fond du Lac Cardinals, they are also the defending co-champions of the Fox Valley Association. They have a 5-0 record in conference this year. They are rated number 2 among Division I schools in the state of Wisconsin. Number 3, Steve Falk. Number 4, Nick Sanger. Number 5, Dan Schrum. Number 10, Travis Diener. Number 12, Dallas Diener. Number 20, Jerome Allen. Number 24, Mark Simon. Number 33, Drake Diener. Number 34, Cameron Ziggy. Starters for tonight's game for Kaukauna, a junior. Number 3, Tyler Jed Wabany. For the Cardinals, a senior, number 13, Brad Reinke. For the Ghosts, a senior, number 12, Ryan Giordana. For the Cardinals, a senior, number 21, Drew Diener. For Kaukauna, a senior, number 21, Chad Schultz. For the Cardinals, a senior, number 25, Mike Koenigs. For Kaukauna, a sophomore, number 43, Tony Baressa. For the Cardinals, a senior, number 32, Andy Rose. For the Ghosts, a senior, number 44, Kurt Poonen. For the Cardinals, a senior, number 44, Casey Jekyll.
once again, there you do have nice starting lineups for each team. Cole, champions last year, the Kaukauna Galloping Ghosts, the Fond du Lac Cardinals. The only 2 losses on the regular season last year at the hands of the Ghosts for Fond du Lac. Coming into tonight's game, Fond du Lac, number 2 in offense in the FVA at 61.8. Number 1 in defense, giving up an average of 43.6. Meanwhile, Kaukauna comes in number 5 offensively, averaging 60. And down the pack defensively, giving up an average of 57.8. You look at Dick Diener, Fond du Lac Cardinals. Fox Valley standings right there real quickly. Fond du Lac on top, 5-0, 7-0 overall. Kaukauna at a somewhat unfamiliar 2-3 for them in the FBA. Andy Rose jumps center against Kurt Kunin, 6'8" Kunin, and the Cardinals are moving left to right. The jump ball is controlled by the Ghosts, and we're off and running here. Handling the ball is Schultz, takes it to the right side. Swing it to the rings to the near side. That's Baressa popping out. Work it left. Top of the key with it, Jawabny. 12 is Giordana, wearing number 12. You'll see an awful lot of him in this basketball game. It's inside to Kunin, off the glass, no good. Pulled down by the Cards.
Mike, it looks like the Cardinals are going to front the big guy to start the game here.
And a nice job right there. Drew Diener pulled down the board. Talk a little bit more about Drew's numbers, FBA numbers. Very impressive all the way around. Of course, we know offensively scoring 20 points a game, number 2 in the FBA. But more importantly, probably, and surprisingly, for those that don't follow real closely, Drew Diener, number 4, off the baseline. Jacob with the 2. Fond du Lac out up front, 2-0. But rebounding, Drew Diener is number 4 in the conference. And in assists, check that, in steals, number 2. Speaking of steals, Cardinals away with it. Drew Diener off the baseline, forces up one. Not a tough angle for Drew there behind the glass.
Not a good decision there by Drew. Got to be more patient.
So Schultz brings it up. Now they swing it to the left side. Baressa between the rings. Work it to the far side. Looking back door for Kunin. Guy down to the baseline. Off the left hand. No, that wasn't Kunin. I checked. That was Baressa. Shot no good. The Cardinals away with it. Leading 2-0. 6:30 to go here in the opening quarter of play. Just underway from the Redbird Arena. Rinky inside. Loses the handle. Puts it up. Gets it to almost the goal. Tough shot off the rebound by Drew Diener. No good. The Ghosts away with it. They come up quickly, working to the left side, Jawabny. Kick it out, Schultz. Now it's Baressa. Cardinals a long shot there by Schultz. His back of the rim. That was a long 3. Pulled down, however, by the Galloping Ghosts of Kaukauna.
Well, that's the old long shot, long rebound, and Andy Rose not doing a very good job of getting his body on his man.
Baressa with it between the rings, going to work it right. Pops out there. That's Giordana, up player, number 2 in the team scoring. Running one-handed, goes in. And it's all knotted up at 2-all with 5.5 to go here in the opening quarter of action. Whistle, a fall away from the ball. They're going to get Jawabny underneath the basket with a hold going through. He'll be his first personal, first team foul. In first substitution of the game is Eric Van Handel in for the Galloping Ghosts.
Got Mike Konings over here getting a drink of water when we're inbounding the ball.
Cardinals a man short momentarily. They had the Galloping Ghosts on the power play.
He thought that was a shooting foul.
Jekyll to Rose. Works inside, gets it to Casey Jekyll. Jekyll to pull up from free throw line. Rims won't go. Tipped once. Jekyll to one rebound. Up.
Nice job by Andy Rose. Nice job by Andy Rose there, keeping that ball alive.
You can't bring it down, at least keeping it going.
That's right.
Cardinals take a 4-2 lead, 5 to go in the opening quarter of play. Van Handel working between the rings, coming back to the left side. Giving it off to Giordana. Schultz back to Giordana. Now it's Van Handel. Cardinals doing a good job of denial defense out the top. Giordana runs it down now on the right side sidewalk. Lob pass inside to Coonan. Tipped away there by Jekyll. Nice job of fronting Casey Jekyll defensively.
Well, the Cardinals got lucky there. That was a bad pass. It was wide open for the lob. Backside help was not there that time.
Right, if that ball's no longer, they've got Coonan over the top. Carry there is whistled against Drew Diener. Four and a half to go here in the opening quarter of action from the Redbird Arena. Cadillac bench, Nick Diener and company along the way, along with assistant coach Marty Craig there. Bob Lloyd also amongst them. BORCHARDT in the ball game now, wearing number 11. He's the young freshman we referred to, they just brought up. Off the left side, GIORDANA's shot is no good. Pulled down there by Cardinals. Rinke. Leaving the backcourt for point guard, Mike Koenigs. Koenigs a yo-yo dribble to the left, bring it back right. Now it goes back to Rose on the left. There's Jekyll. Rose off the coffin corner left side, back of the rim. Hoop wouldn't have it. Jekyll pulls down the rebound. And tipped out of bounds. Last touch there by Van Handel. Back to the Cards. Fond du Lac with multiple substitutions. A pair of Dieners and also Dan Schrum. Travis Diener as well as Dallas into the ball game. So 3 new looks here for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Jekyll loses his feet. Traveling call.
Yeah, Casey fell that time and got a travel call.
3:45, slow offensive start tonight's basketball game. Working BORCHARDT, the young freshman that they say is the real deal.
They got Dallas Diener on GIORDANA now.
Yep. So that was, check that matchup out. Inside, Coonan tries to muscle, forces the shot to go. Hoop, wouldn't have it. Foul is going to be against Schrum. And Coonan definitely forcing the action there. Schrum, first personal, the first team on Fond du Lac. To the free throw line will go Kurt Coonan. He'll shoot a pair. First is on the way and good. And today's game is brought to you by Helen Carpentry and Repair, providing quality remodeling and complete home repairs to the area for the past 17 years. Call 921-6493. 1 out of 2 there for Coonan, and a foul away from the basket on the Ghosts. We'll check it. And it's going to go here against GIORDANA. First personal, second team foul. Travis Diener working to the left side. Dallas with it now. Dallas looking back door, pops out there. It's Jekyll. Skip pass, Schrum, near side. Looks at the three, thinks better of it. Gets inside to Diener. Nice shot there by Drew Diener off the baseline. Vintage Drew puts it in, first points in the basketball game for Drew Diener. Right side sidewalk, Maressa giving off to the young freshman, that's BORCHARDT. Off in corner, working it for Maressa. Skip pass, near side, shot taken there by GIORDANA.
Good
Nothing
defense.
but air.
Nice defense by Dallas Diener that time. He was right there on that shot.
Cardinals come on the run. Offensive foul on Drew Diener. First personal.
Drew a little out of control there.
Cardinals, first time tonight, they really looked to push the basketball into the game for the Ghosts. Will come Eric Van Handel, along with Bill BINSFELD. BINSFELD wearing 42, inbounds the ball to Schultz. And Schultz will bring it across the timeline. Gonna work to the right side, that's BORCHARDT. Back to Van Handel, traveled, got away with it. Looking back door, nice job defensively there by Schrum. Yep, Schrum does a nice job anticipating that pass. 3 ball! Diener shot no good. Pulled down by the Ghosts, and here they come on the run. Schultz across the timeline, works it to the right side. Give it off there to Van Handel. Looks to the right side coffin corner to BINSFELD. Ghosts look to reset the offense now, want to balance the court a little bit. GIORDANA working to the near side between the rings, now to the right. BINSFELD pops out. Down low to the baseline. Working there is Maressa. Cross court, nice feed inside to BINSFELD.
Somebody lost their man there.
First points of the basketball game for BINSFELD, a 6-5 score on your That's your KFC score. Dallas Diener working to the near side. Skip it left. Casey Jekyll. Drew, turn around from 18. Good!
Nice offensive set there by the Cardinals that time.
Posting up Drew Diener down on that baseline.
Taking advantage of some of that height.
Traveling on the freshman Borchard. Turnover goes against the Ghosts. Back to Fond du Lac Cardinals. Brad Rinke checks back into the ball game for Fond du Lac. Who's going to go out?
Looks like Casey Jekyll.
Okay. That will be it. The Cardinals going a little bit smaller right now, but of course Coonan, the big guy's not in.
Conan's out of the ball game, so they can afford to go a little smaller.
So both teams stepping it down a notch. Drew Diener out also. Andy Rose back in. So the Cardinals working it. Dallas Diener between the rings. Travis on the left side sidewalk. Popping out Danny Schrum. Schrum comes near side to Dallas. Andy Rose, top of the key. Dallas Diener baseline. Trying to post up down low, but good job defensively on the Ghosts.
Cardinals having a nice possession right here, moving the basketball.
Good defense on the part of the Ghosts. Good denial defense. They were trying to post up Rinke moments ago. Now Brad gets it at the three-point line. See, Fond du Lac may think about one now. Clock is rolled down inside of 30 seconds. And that's exactly what they're going to do now with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Travis Diener with it between the rings. This is going to yo-yo the dribble, let the clock run down. Now the 14, the 13. Very low-scoring basketball game here. Schrum off the left side. Get it off to Diener. Pulling up as Travis. Shot won't go. Rose the foul, nice. And good, and a foul. Andy Rose on the foul, puts it in, and a foul.
And he actually took that away from his own man.
Exactly.
An offensive rebound.
Foul will go against BINSFELD, first personal, second team foul. So Rose to the free throw line, the chance to complete the three-point play. Free throw is short, pulled down by the Ghosts, and we're going to come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one here from the Redbird Arena, your KFC score, the Cardinals 10, the Ghosts 5. We'll be right back. Some pretty good defense in there.
Well, a little slow, a little feeling out, getting in the flow of the ball game. Should pick up as the game goes on. Big boost right there by Andy Rose getting that offensive rebound and a putback. You like to see that at the end of the quarter.
Misses the free throw, but comes away with that two that you didn't expect to give him the 5-point edge. Fond du Lac inbounds the ball. Rinke with it near side.
Andy Rose has got a mismatch inside if they can get him the ball.
Got to get out of the 3-second violation. They're in the lane there. Now they get to Rose. He's wide open from top of the key. No, I should say free throw line is pulled down there by BINSFELD. Schultz works it to the right side. Now inside, right, and the curl coming across the pick, but the pass a little bit long for him, and the Cardinals come away with the loose ball.
Casey Jekyll right there to pick that one up for him.
Koenigs with it. Wants to set the offense here.
No movement. Fondy's got to get some better movement here to get started.
Rose with it, near side now. Pops out Koenigs. Jekyll. Rose again from 16, good.
Andy.
They've given the Cardinals some pretty good looks. 15 to 18 feet in that area. Really not challenging, and Fond du Lac is a good enough club to knock those down.
Yeah, they've got some good shooters from that distance. Just about everybody out there on the floor right now can hit that shot.
Dump pass inside to Coonan, he puts it in. Coonan with 3 points in the basketball game. His first field goal. Their leading scorer, averaging almost 16 coming in. Rose with it. Gonna work it to the right side sidewalk. Inside, lays it up good. Rose does a nice job of taking it to the baseline. Nobody cuts him off, and he just glides to the bucket. Borchard in trouble. Gets it off now to Giordana. Inside, foul, no bucket, and it's checked who it's gonna be.
It's like Koenigs. Mike Koenigs.
Koenigs gets his first personal. Fond du Lac will pick up there. Don't worry about that. Their third team. Ghosts finally get it in. There's some trouble. Baressa loses the handle, goes up with it the second time. Fond du Lac with the board. Koenig's with it across the timeline. He's going to work it to the left. Rinke pulls up from 12. No. And Giordana, Ryan Giordana, famous family, an athletic family around the state of Wisconsin over the years. BORCHARDT with it between the rings, works it right side to Van Handel. Giordana. Arnold's denial defense again, pops it down inside. Jaco, I should say, the good defense, tipped once, won't go. Kunin's got it again, second time, and a foul. All right.
Well, one of the things that happens when you front the big guy down low is you have a tough time getting back around to block him out. That's what happened there. He just got 2 offensive rebounds.
Jaco gets the personal. Casey will get his first. 4th team foul. To the free throw line will go Kunin. He is 0 for 1, check that, 1 for 2 thus far. First is on the way and good. He'll get 1 more. Today's game brought to you by Jetstream Car Wash. Okay, it's brought to you by Call Insurance of Fond du Lac. They've joined forces, the Jackson Agency, to form Jackson Call Insurance, your independent insurance agents. 2 great agencies all under one roof, the corner of Sheboygan and Mara. That's Bob Jackson and Bob Call. Because they work for themselves, they'll work harder for you. So give them a call at 923-4020. A pair there by Kunin. And it's a 14-9 Fond du Lac lead with 5:15 to go. Drew Diener, fall away, hits the rim, nothing else, and pulled down there by Baressa.
Be nice to see the Cardinals get Andy Rose a touch inside. He's got a bit of a mismatch there. Oh,
boy, tough foul on Rose there. Rose looked to have pretty good position established there.
It sure looked like he was there long before the other guy was.
What they're going to say is that they didn't give Kunin room to come down, but certainly it looked like he did have that ability. Reading one-hander inside by BORCHARDT, the young freshman. His first points in the basketball game. They say he's a good-looking young freshman basketball player. A lot of talent in this court tonight. West Fond du Lac's got a freshman of their own they're proud of, Travis Diener. Ready, one-hander inside, good, off the glass. Casey goes to the left hand. 6 points in the basketball game for Jaco. Loud pass inside, overlaid by Kunin. Big guy just completely loses sight of where he is on the court. Overlays the ball by a bunch. Dallas Diener with it. With the Rose between the rings, Casey Jaco standing on the three-point line, back of the rim. Pulled down there by Giordana. Gives it off to the freshman BORCHARDT. He's going to yo-yo the dribble, bring it across the timeline to the right. Looking back door, it's Van Handel, working against Diener. Now it pops it out, gives it to Baressa, lays it up, and good.
Penetration will kill you, and that's what happened there to the Cardinals. I got right down in the guts of the defense.
Baressa with his first luck of the basketball game. It's a 16-13 Fond du Lac lead. Kaukauna just hanging around in this basketball game. Neither team able to really put any distance between themselves and the opponent. Fond du Lac's biggest lead is by 5. Drew Diener adds to the Fond du Lac's lead and puts them back up by 5 one more time. Drew was 6 in the game. Left side. Long three-point shot on the way by Giordana. No good. Pulled down by Kaukauna. And Van Handel's shot was long, and here come the Cardinals on the run. Nice transition basketball. Jaco puts it in.
Gotta like those easy ones.
Cardinals have the ability, I think, Roger, to get out and run with anybody. They've got anybody in that court can get out and move and fill the lanes.
That's very true. They're a very athletic team, and I think that could be one of their strong points, push the basketball.
Giordana with it. Left side, Van Handel shot, rims won't go, pulled down by Jaco. Jaco with a lot of boards here early. The Cardinals on the push again. Koenig pulls up from 12. Glass, nothing else. Reverse layup there by Rose, and now a foul.
By Andy.
Andy a little too aggressive there.
That is second.
Yes, it is.
Probably be the last we see of him for this half.
And he immediately heads towards the Pines. With that, we're going to get a timeout. Let's check, is it going to be a full? I believe so. So timeout on the court. 2:47 to go in the first half of play. Your KFC score, Fond du Lac 20, Kaukauna 13.
My Green Bay Packers.
The Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery has a board of certified surgeons to help you. So whether a condition exists for weekend voyeurism, work, or around the house, the doctors at the Clinic of Orthopedic Surgery can help.
Back at the Redbird Arena, 2:47 to go. Fond du Lac leads it by 7. Kaukauna have honors to inbound, as they do. Giordana works it across the timeline to Van Handel on the right. Looking for Kunin and down low. They got Jacob fronting him. Now they pop it out high. That's Baressa. Left side. Giordana loses the handle. Keeps the ball. We're Fond du Lac. Good defense. Kicks it out down. They got Kunin down low. Travel and a foul. Yep. Didn't hear a whistle initially, but definitely a travel there by Kunin, and he shuffles the feet. With 2:27 to go in the opening half. Cardinals 7-point edge. Drew Diener brings it across the timeline, pulls up to the free throw line. Book it! Drew with 8. Cardinals the biggest lead of the basketball game now by 9. Van Handel working, and a blocking foul here will go against Drew Diener. He'll be his second. So Diener and Rose each with a pair here. To the free throw line will go Van Handel. Should be a bonus foul.
Good thing I'm up here. I'd have to remind those officials that it's 7-3 in team fouls.
Oh, that makes a difference?
Well, you know, they need all the help they can get down there. I've always been willing to do my part.
You sound like a coach. However, if it was the other way around, probably wouldn't say too much about it.
No, then they'd be doing a great job.
Yes, they would. A pair there by Van Handel. It's a 22-15 score. Fond du Lac on top. Just under 2 to go in the opening half. Schrum, Dallas Diener. Cardinals using a lot of people in this basketball game. Probably the most I've seen in a basketball game in a long time.
Well, it's a team they match up well defensively, I think, and they have a lot of people that can cover a lot of Kaukauna's people, so.
Travis Diener back of the rim, wouldn't have it, pulled down by Kunin. Matchups dictate an awful lot as far as your rotation, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, your defensive matchups is what you really look at when you look at who can play and who can't play.
Running one-hander inside is no good by the Skos, and Fond du Lac back with it. Jekyll at the free throw line goes to the left side, Dallas Diener. Now check it, that wasn't Dallas Diener, that was in. Yes, it was. Doubted myself.
Boy, nobody going to the boards from Fondy. They had 4 guys falling back on defense that time. Nobody hitting the offensive boards.
So that offensive set, we really got no action down low. It was all perimeter. Blocking foul here is going to go on the Cardinals. It's going to be on Rinke. Be his first personal. And it would be a bonus situation for Van Handel back to the free throw line where he just got done hitting a pair. Brad goes first. Van Handel was first. Whoop, wouldn't have it. Pulled down there by Danny Schrum. Give it to the left side, Travis Diener. Casey Jaco works it, loses the handle.
Casey.
Nice job by Diener to loose up, or grab the loose ball, I should say. Schrum eyes the 3, thinks better of it. Dallas will take a 3-ball. Hoop, in and out, wouldn't go down. Pulled down there by Kunin, leaves it off for Giordana. .25 seconds to go. Looking here like the Ghosts want to think about the last shot. Trailing it by 7. With it, the right side is Giordana. Now Van Handel pops between the rings. The clock rolling down to 12. Definitely looking for 1 here. Giordana off the baseline. Loses the handle out of bounds. And back to Fond du Lac. Last touch by Ryan Giordana. Quickly, Drew Diener up off the pines.
7 seconds left. What do you think he's in here to do?
Yep, look at that 3-ball. No doubt about it.
A little full court pressure here.
Fond du Lac getting all the offense they can in the ball game. They give it to Travis. Plenty of time. Clock rolling down. 5 to 4. Forces up to 3. Spread of the rim won't go. Tip, but too late. And we've come to the end of the first half of play here from the Redburn Arena. And your KFC halftime score, Fond du Lac 22 and Kaukauna 15. Our halftime activities today, Brought to you by Baker String Cheese. With only 79 calories in each stick, it's the perfect snack food for the kids. It's the fun food that's so easy. Just peel and eat, and it's healthy for you. High protein, 100% natural. Roger's got his fan club here. Baker String Cheese, the official halftime snack food of the video sports team, available at fine food stores everywhere, along with Kentucky Fried Chicken. Take the hassle of mealtime with KFC. And Jerry Lynn Sales and Service. Stop in for a test drive and check out our Snowway snowplows at Jerry Lynn Sales and Service. Halftime from the Redburn Arena. Fond du Lac leads it by 7. Roger and I will be right back with a look at the first half stats right after this on your Cardinal basketball report.
Great.
I love my Green Bay Packers. Don't take this wrong, but compared to old Green
For 31, Kaukauna 5 for 17. 35% for the Cardinals, 29% for the Ghosts. Cardinals have only shot 1 free throw. That also an indication that they're really not getting to the line, so therefore a lot of perimeter action, not making things happen down low at all, with only 1 field goal attempt here in the first half. Kaukauna, meanwhile, 5 for 7. Rebounds, pretty much a draw there. Fond du Lac with 15, Kaukauna with 13. Fond du Lac doing a pretty good job, though, unofficially. Only 2 turnovers for the Cardinals, and the Ghosts with 7. Take a look at the scoring leaders. Fond du Lac led by Drew Diener, 8 points. Jaco and Rose, 6 apiece. Or I should say Jaco also with 8, and Rose with 6. Kaukauna led by Kunin, their 6'8 center, with 5 points. Other than that, nobody else with more than 2 in the basketball game. Fond du Lac's defense has been good here in the first half, Roger. That's the good news. The bad news is probably, as I mentioned, with only 1 free throw attempt, kind of indication that they're probably not getting much penetration, not much action down low.
Yeah, that's true. They're not getting much going towards the basket. Kaukauna has gotten a lot of touches down low to their big guy and has drawn some fouls on Fondy. So maybe Andy Rose had some mismatch down there. Hopefully he can get some touches down there. They can work the ball around and maybe get Andy a couple of touches down there. He can use his height jumping ability. And
our stats today brought to you by Jerry Lynn Sales and Service of Fond du Lac. Stop in and check out our Snowway snowplows. And we'll step aside, be right back for the second half of play.
Painting and decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spees can handle it. Call Spees at 921-7107. Spees Painting and Decorating.
Once again, welcome back to Goodrich High. Fond du Lac leads it by 7. Roger, real quickly here, the former assistant coach with the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and not your choice that you're not coaching this year. And again, the key word, a volunteer assistant coach, but through political moves during the off season, they won't allow you on the bench.
yeah, that's the way it goes. Some politics, and I'm sitting up here and not down on the bench doing what I should be doing, and that's working with the kids here at Goodrich basketball.
Well, certainly, we like you up here and help us out once in a while, but I know that...
Nothing personal, but I'd rather be down there.
And I'm sure you can probably, Dick Dieter would like to have you down there also, but an unfortunate situation here at Fond du Lac Goodrich High this year. Well, Ghosts with the ball here to start the second half out, trailing it by only 7, definitely in this basketball game. As Van Handel works it between the rings, now he's going to work at left side, Giordana.
No backside help.
Yep, lob pass to Kunin inside and nobody home.
I'll tell you what, that starts with that perimeter pass. There was no pressure on the guy making that pass. He had all day to look the floor over and make that easy pass.
And now it's a Fond du Lac 5-point lead at 22-17. Koenig with it, gives to Drew Diener. Working inside. Now, just pass across the court. Running one-hander inside by Jaco. Won't go. Contact there, but no whistle.
A lot of contact there.
Jaco fully extended it and felt the pressure coming to him and took a pretty good shot. Van Handel off the near side sidewalk. Works it down between the rings. Give it off there to Baressa. Left side, Giordana. Popping out there. Wide open shot from Schultz. Back of the rim. Rose with the rebound for the Cardinals. Koenig across the timeline. Cardinals up tempo here a little bit. Koenig works it inside. Gonna pull up from 12. Wouldn't have it. Cardinals just having an off night shooting the basketball thus far.
Yeah, they haven't shot it well, and when you're not shooting well, you need to do it with your defense, and their defensive intensity is just not there right now. I think they need to pick that part of their game up.
Giordana, 3-ball, side, wouldn't go in, up the side pocket. And here comes Drew Diener. Pulls up from 3, back of the rim, pulled down by Jaco. Drew again, and he's hammered as he hits into the paint.
Finally got something going at the basket there.
Yep, one of the few times they've looked to penetrate this basketball game. Coonan will pick up the foul. Will be his first personal. First team foul here in the second half of play. Kurt Coonan, 6'8" senior. Drew Diener to the line. First is on the way and good. We'll get one more. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile Company, ceramic and quarry tile, slate, and marble. All installed by our professional craftsmen since 1948. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile Company at 922-2910. And 1 out of 2 there for Drew. Fond du Lac leads it by 6. Giordana with it, left side sidewalk. Switch between the rings to the near side, and Van Handel. Now pops out. Baressa, back to the far side once again. Cutting man right there is Giordana.
Right across Mike Koenig's face, and that's one thing you never want to do. Let a man cross your face in the lane.
Rose, check that. Offensive foul on Drew Diener. Nice job defensively. Van Handel takes the position, and Diener comes into him.
Yeah, Drew got caught leaning in that time instead of going straight up and straight down.
And most importantly, that's Drew's third, and he'll probably sit down here for a while.
You need help here.
Oh, foul is going to be called on Mike Koenig. Koenig does a nice job blocking, but they're going to say they got him down low at the body. For Mike, second personal foul. Fond du Lac getting in just a little bit of foul situation trouble here. Koenig comes out, Drew Diener comes out, as Travis and Dallas Diener are both in for Fond du Lac. To the free throw line. First on the way, and good there by Giordana. Cardinals did a great job on him in the first half. Held him to but 2 points. Ryan will get one more. Second is on the way. Back of the rim, pulled down by Jekyll. And Casey Jekyll's done a great job on the boards in this basketball game. Jekyll working to the right side. Now it's Rose. Give it off there to Diener and over to Travis Diener now. Jekyll inside. Nice job and
nice
good.
Play by Casey.
Casey does a great job there. Uses the body to shield the defense a little bit. Coonan comes over the top and picks up the foul. Give the 2 to Jekyll.
Casey's playing very well right now.
Coonan with his second personal foul. And Casey back to the line. Well, his first attempt on the evening, he has got 10 points thus far, leading both teams in scoring. Free throws good. And back in for Kaukauna. Here comes Bill BINSFELD. And Coonan's going to come out.
I think Fondy needs to get up and put a little bit of three-quarter court pressure on, get their defense cranked up here a little bit.
I always say, you pick up the tempo of defense and you take some pressure off your offense.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to get themselves motivated, and I think you can do that by really picking up your defensive pressure. There's a nice turnover by Travis.
Good job by Travis. Here comes on the run.
Nice
Ricky,
break.
left side. Oh, good strip there of Jekyll and a foul. I believe it's going to go against Brad Reiki, but a nice defensive effort there on the part of Tony Baressa. Strips Jekyll as he's going up for the shot inside. Reiki picks up his second.
Brad should have maybe pushed that a little bit more at the dribble before he passed it off.
Into the ball game is BORCHARDT, the freshman for the Ghosts. Van Handel. Giordana works it to the middle. Gonna pull up inside the paint. Rims won't go. Pulled down by Jekyll. Another board for Casey Jekyll.
Cardinals looking to run a little bit more here.
Jekyll puts it up and in. Off the transition, the Cardinals get it easy too. And now lead it by 10 at 28-18. Fond du Lac quiet now has opened up their biggest lead of the basketball game. Giordana working it off the left side, free throw line extended. Give it off the BORCHARDT between the rings, back left side. Van Handel.
I'd like to get a stop here and get this another possession for you to get this up to a 12-point lead.
Inside, working hard to the basket. Baressa, no. Foul prior to is going to go against Andy Rose. Rose will pick up his third, but wipe away the basket. So see if Rose is probably going to come out here as Dan Schrum quickly up off the Pines. Kunin back in for the Yelping Ghosts of Kaukauna. Giordana with, check that, that was Schultz. Works it to the far side with it, there's Baressa. Baressa working to the baseline, pulls up, running one-hander, back to the rim, no. Pulled down by Danny Schrum. The Cardinals pushing again. And good!
Great job by Travis DIENER there, pushing the ball up the floor and finding Reinke wide open. And timeout now.
The Ghosts want a timeout as Fond du Lac has opened up a 12-point lead, leading it 30-18. Roger and I will be right back.
Who won the first Super Bowls ever played? I love my Green Bay Packers.
Sports be your headquarters for Packers stuff this year. And Team Sports features those ever-popular letter jackets in stock. Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac.
Well, Fond du Lac has built on that 7-point halftime lead, now has taken it up to 12, and it seems as though the halftime conversation had something to do with up-tempo.
Nice little spurt there for the Cardinals, and you know, looks like we've got about 3.5 minutes in here, and they've increased that lead, so hopefully they can keep building on that.
Today's game brought to you by Manowski Welding Corporation. For custom fabrication of structural or ornamental steel, it's Manowski Welding. Plus, see Manowski for your fire protection needs, both industrial or residential. Visit Manowski Welding at 200 North Main. 3:43 left in the third quarter of action. Fond du Lac with his biggest lead of the basketball game, 30-18. And has done a lot of this with reserves. Fond du Lac in a bit of foul trouble.
A little bit of foul trouble.
BORCHARDT between the rings. Going to give it off to Schultz to the near side. Now swing it backside. That's Baressa. Giordana penetrates. Glass won't have it. Pulled down by Dallas DIENER. Tough
nice
rebound.
By Dallas.
Diagonal pass to Jaco. Works it off the glass. Good.
Well, I'll tell you what, the transition game right now for the Cardinals is what's really opened this game up a little bit for them.
And go back to what we talked about earlier, traveling on Giordana. Fond du Lac's ability. Jaco, the biggest guy in the court out there for Fond du Lac right now, and he's leading the break.
Yep, that's it's got them inspired a little bit.
Going back to last year already, with Jaco and Rose, those two guys when they were playing the forward spots or one plays the post, they get out and run as well as anybody in high school basketball.
Yeah, they're both very good athletes that can run the floor and catch the ball in the open floor and finish on a fast break layup.
Schrum works it to the right side, Dallas DIENER.
Dangerous pass
Yeah, it's
there.
very dangerous. However, give Reinke a good job, come out and meet that pass a little bit. Schrum works it inside, off the glass.
Nice drive by Danny.
Foul will go against Baressa. Tony Baressa will pick up the personal number 1. Cardinals being very effective, taking it to the hole here in the second half, something they didn't do at all in the first half.
Well, they're getting a little bit better movement on their motion offense, and that opens up those lanes to put the ball on the floor and take it to the hole.
Schrum misses the free throw. After shooting only 1 free throw in the entire first half, already 5 here in the third quarter. 1 out of 2 there for Schrum. Fond du Lac leads it 33-18. Kaukauna hasn't scored here in a while. Fond du Lac has put some good defense. 3 ball by Giordana is no good. Jaco, another board. Got a ton of them tonight.
Good defense by Reinke there, having a hand right now. There's another charge.
Yeah, offensive foul on Schrum. I don't know, as a coach, does that bother you? The Cardinals out and running are just maybe a little bit too aggressive right there, but certainly execution was good.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's going to happen from time to time when you're pushing the ball. You know, if you got some hard-nosed kids like Kaukauna normally has, they're going to step in there and take the charge, and that's just one of the things you're going to have to accept.
But Fond du Lac did a great job of filling the lanes on that breakout. And there's Reinke tipping the ball out of bounds. They'll go back to Kaukauna.
They've also opened this lead up by doing just exactly that type of basketball.
Yep.
So you'll take an offensive foul from time to time.
It's an aggressive foul.
Absolutely.
Giordana checked it. That's Schultz with it. The far side, also Handel on it. And Handel with it between the rings, going to work it to the right side sidewalk. Skip pass, far side of the court, Schultz. Van Handel. Back to Schultz. 3-point shot on the way. It's good. Schultz ball game. Cardinals come on the run and foul here. Again, off transition, off made basket. The Cardinals get down quickly on transition basketball, and Schrum is fouled going to the free throw line. Personal foul will go against Baressa, second personal. And Dan Schrum right back to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. 1 for 2 thus far in the basketball game.
Conan out for Kaukauna. Let's see if Coach Diener gets Casey Jekyll rest. All the other big guys out.
Schrum gets the first. We'll get one more. Tonight's action also brought to you by Diener Painting and Decorating of Fond du Lac. They've been painting and decorating fine establishments in the area for over 20 years. Yours could be next, but only if you call Diener Painting and Decorating at 922-2629. A pair there for Schrum. Danny 3 for 4 from the charity stripe tonight. Ball away from the basketball is going to go against BINSFELD. Cardinals get the ball back.
Didn't see what happened there, but he must have had a moving screen.
His second. Well, the Cardinals back with it, trying to build on that 14-point lead. Another bucket or two could have this game well in control as we head into the fourth quarter. 3 ball by Schrum, front of the rim, pulled down by Diener. Travis does a good job there of blocking out. Went to the right side. Schrum will try a 3 again. Rims this time won't go. Finally pulled down there by Schoenfeld. Kaukauna brings it up court quickly. Far side's BINSFELD. Schultz. Andy BORCHARDT is going to work. He's going to try to penetrate. A little discontinuation dribble there. Got away with it.
Good help by Mike Koenigs there.
BINSFELD shot off the baseline. No.
Nice
Final
D
lapse.
by Casey Jekyll.
Yep.
And right in the face that time. Oh, nice pass.
Schrum.
Nice
Got
pass
it.
by Travis.
That's the part of Travis Diener that I've liked. His ability to penetrate and create off of that.
Oh, he sees the floor so well on the move and gets the ball where it needs to be.
So he's maybe, we've seen a lot of freshmen up here at the varsity level over the last maybe 5 or 6 years, or maybe going back 8 years from the time of like the Joel Harmsons, but he is as impressive as a freshman as any of I've seen thus far.
Yeah, he's very solid with the basketball. He sees the floor well, and that's something you just don't coach.
Jekyll off the baseline, 2 more.
Boy, Casey's sure having a solid game tonight.
9 points in the quarter, 17 for the basketball game. Easily leading all scorers. We're going to get a blocking foul here on Koenigs. As HANDEL was taking it inside. Koenigs will pick up his third. Fond du Lac now with 3 people. Diener, Rose, and Koenigs all with 3. But with only 16 seconds to go in the third, that's not a huge problem at this point. Here comes Kunin back in. And BINSFELD will leave. Ryan GIORDANA to inbound underneath his own basket, side right. Lob pass for Kunin. Puts it in off the glass. Think he stuttered, took a step or 2 in there, but no whistle. Kunin with 9 points in the game. Fond du Lac's going to look for the last shot here with 5. Jekyll with it. Look out. Gonna have the fourth one on the way off short. And we've come to the end of 3 here from the Redbird Arena. Your KFC score, Fond du Lac 39 and Kaukauna 23. Well, 3 quarters in the books from the Redbird Arena. Fond du Lac has built on what was a 7-point halftime lead. It's built to 19. Check that. 16.
16.
I didn't write it right in the book here. But a good third quarter for Fond du Lac.
Casey Jekyll, an outstanding quarter there.
9 points in the quarter, 17 now in the basketball game for Jekyll.
Defensively, really did a nice job on Conan.
Conan with only 9 points overall in the basketball game. And GIORDANA, the other big gun, with only, check it, 3 points in the basketball game. Jekyll turns around, rims won't go, hold down there by Kaukauna. So Fond du Lac's defense has been outstanding against the big guns for Kaukauna. 3-pointer on the way, blocked there by Travis Diener, got a piece of it at any rate.
Comes Fondy running again.
Drew right down Main Street.
Another charge.
Yep.
Another charge.
That's the 3rd charging foul in this basketball game, I think, for Drew Diener. His 4th overall. Drew hasn't had a chance to work up a sweat tonight because he's been on the pines a lot with foul trouble.
Oh, he's got to pull up and shoot that jump shot.
So Dallas right back into the game. Drew with 11 points in the game overall.
Oh.
Here comes Jekyll. Nice job of tipping the ball away from GIORDANA. You know, what makes this club so explosive, Roger, the fact that you have a Drew DIENER having a less than adequate night for him, pulling the foul trouble, but yet everybody else picks up the slack.
Yeah, that's one of the strengths of this team is how deep they are. And, you know, Drew not having one of his better performances, but Casey Jekyll's out there playing a whale of a ball game.
Rhodes on the rebound,
Andy
got
Rhodes. Nice job by Andy hitting the offensive glass.
Andy now with 8 points in tonight's game. Cardinals 41-23 by 18. GIORDANA off the baseline. Tough shot, tough angle. Another board for Jekyll. He's got a ton. Jekyll working, got an open look, looking back door. Ball tipped away, picked up there by Dallas DIENER. Back to Travis, back to Dallas now. Take a 3-ball. Back of the rim, pulled down by Kaukauna's Baressa. Here comes BORCHARDT across the timeline. Young freshman, looking lob pass inside. Coonan overlays off the glass. Dallas with the board.
Nice help by Andy Rhodes that time.
Here comes Rhodes to the glass, good!
Travis DIENER pushing the ball again.
Another assist. 6 minutes to go in the contest. Fond du Lac leads it by 20. Good defense holding this club to 23 points thus far.
Oh, and near steal by Travis twice there.
Kaukauna comes in averaging 60 a game, and thus far, offensive foul here on Coonan. A wipe away.
That was a good call by the official. I saw that all the way, and then Coonan was had Casey Jekyll right around the neck.
Coonan picks up number 3.
Casey's getting a little break here the way it looks, huh?
He deserves one. He's
a well-deserved break.
Has worked hard in this basketball game. At both ends of the court, leading the team in scoring in tonight's game, and obviously in rebounding, has got a bunch of them. Little token pressure is going to be shown and backed off there by GIORDANA. Drew DIENER back into the game on that stop. Running inside, feels contact again, no foul. Up, won't go a third time by DIENER. Shrum this time, got it, and a foul.
Good hustle by the Cardinals there. They must have had about 4 offensive rebounds just right there.
4 or 5 looks at it. Tips kept it alive. Finally on the fadeaway after a rebound from Shrum. He puts it off the glass and gets the foul. Foul's going to go against Checkett. They got Coonan up there. They have his first personal. That's not right. It's got to be his 4th. That's what I have him for. Shrum misses the free throw, and Kaukauna now at the other end of the court, works it to the left.
Danny Shrum on Coonan right now. That'll be an interesting matchup to watch.
Well, giving up a lot of size, but I'll tell you, when it comes to muscling inside, I wouldn't want to beat him.
Well, I'll tell you what. Danny's got a lot of heart. He'll play him tough.
Inside, nice move inside by Ryan GIORDANA. Little shake and bake down low. Only his second field goal of the basketball game. Travis DIENER works it to the far side of the court. Rose with it on the right side sidewalk. Now it's back to Koenigs between the rings. Lac's going to be a little patient now, working a little bit of clock. Rose pops out high to get it. Going to stand there and hold the basketball. No need to rush things here with 4:38 to go. Shrum, left side. He's going to work the baseline.
Up and back out.
Yeah, good job of defense. And foul will go against the Schultz of the Galloping Ghosts.
Should be the bonus.
Schultz will get his first personal. And Rose will go to the charity stripe for a 1+1. Oh, yes, you're right. GIORDANA gets the foul. So change that in the book. Rose gets the first. We'll get one more. Second on the way, and likewise, nothing but net. Andy with 12 in tonight's basketball game. Jawabny back into the game. We haven't seen, he was a starter. We haven't seen him since the opening minutes of the game. Shrum takes it away. Cardinals on 3-on-2 bust out. Whoa,
a lot of contact there and no foul.
Boy, DIENER hammered pretty good as he goes to the glass and nothing called. Absolutely correct, Roger. There was a lot of contact there.
Call them little touch fouls, and then a guy gets hammered going to the basket, and there's no whistle.
You don't you feel a little easier about that when you're up here rather than be on the bench?
Yeah, I would have had to help him on that one again. I'm sure he got some help from down there anyhow.
Yeah, I'm sure he did too. Shrum, 3-ball, front, well short. And here come the Galloping Ghosts on the run. And DIENER a hold, and that's a foolish foul there at Drew. Just a hold and probably a frustration foul. That's his fifth, and he's gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, that official stood and watched that whole sequence go on, and that kid sat right down on Drew DIENER. He did nothing about it until Drew grabbed his leg. That's not a good job by that official.
Well, I'll admit I only saw the backside of it. But at any rate, Drew is gone. He's fouled off for the game, and Dick will use his allotted time here to talk to his team and maybe bark at an official or two, and they'll give me a moment to remind you today's game brought to you by Jetstream Car Wash. With 2 locations in Fond du Lac, it's Fondy's original car wash since 1962. Their new oil and lube center is opening soon. A free full-service car wash with every oil change, a $9 value at Jetstream Car Wash Fond du Lac. And Roger, the last couple of years when you guys were down there, you had, what, 4 you guys lined up in the bench here? Quickly, I'll get back to that. Quickly, I remind you, Ma and Pa's Grocery Express has made changes. The pumps are in. Now you can grab a movie or some chicken after the game at Ma and Pa's Grocery Express on 12th and Main Street. Through the free throw line, first is on the way and good. And one more to come from Jawabny. Which one of you guys could get the official the easiest?
Well, that was normally my job in timeouts. You know, if one of the opposing coaches was getting after one of the officials, my job was to stick my nose in there, and my wife reminds me I have an awful big one from time to time. So that was always my job.
And I'm sure one that you relished?
Well, you know, I have a little knack for
getting under official skin?
Well, not really getting under their skin, just getting my 2 cents worth in, let's put it that way.
Each team exchanged turnovers and Fond du Lac back with it. DIENER off the baseline, gets it back to Rose, loses the handle line. Shrum got it now, a reaching foul down low. And a foul is going to be whistled against Baressa. Tony Baressa with his 3rd personal. So Shrum back to the free throw line. Shrum in the basketball game is 3 for 5. Got the first, we'll get one more. Here comes Steve, check that, that's Nick Singer. Off the Pines for Fond du Lac, his first action in tonight's game as Andy Rhodes gets a breather. Shrum second on the way, also good. And Steve Falk in now for Fond du Lac. So Dick DIENER now with a healthy 22-point lead with 3:03 left, able to go a little bit deeper down that bench. And a night where the bench has been a factor as Fond du Lac established some foul trouble early in this basketball game.
Yeah, Fondy's depth definitely was a factor in this ball game.
Push inside by Jawabny. Shot goes wild. He gets his own rebound. With it again underneath. Kicks it back out. 3-pointer on the way from BORCHARDT. Partially blocked again by DIENER, I believe. And Fond du Lac comes away with the board. Jerome Allen also in the game, wearing number 20 for Fondy. Allen with it. Works at Travis DIENER between the rings. Left side now. Parkman out there is Steve Falk. Falk. Give it to Allen. Inside to Falk. And he is fouled going to the basket. Steve Falk will go to the charity stripe.
Nice aggressive move by Steve there.
Talk about Fond du Lac's bench. The only points off the bench have come from Dan Shrum, who's got 9 points. But certainly an awful lot contribution off the bench, not scoring, but certainly in other areas.
Yeah, Danny's the type of kid that can come in and do a lot of different things for you. Be real hard-nosed defensive player. Can play inside, play outside, whatever you need.
He's your enforcer inside.
Yeah, he's...
And I would think he's a guy who would relish that type of game.
Yeah, he likes it a little physical.
A little?
He's not afraid to back. He's not afraid to back down from any of that.
Double bonus situation here. So Fond du Lac will be shooting 2 each and every time they go from here on out. Balk got the first one. We'll get one more. Got a pair. Mark Simon now into the ball game. 5'10" junior. Another good-looking basketball player that should see considerable time next year. Justin Wolter in for the Ghosts as BORCHARDT knocks down a 3. 51-30 is your KFC score. Drake DIENER also in for Fond du Lac now, wearing number 33. Drake with it, left side, going to work down, kick the back between the rings to the far side of the court. With it there, Allen. Allen pulls up inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound coming down there to SCHOENFELD. 1:38 to go. Both teams pretty much have all reserves in the basketball game. We're going to get a blocking foul here on Fond du Lac. Called on Jerome Allen, first personal. And to the free throw line will go Justin Wolter. He will shoot a pair. We're down into what old Eddie Doucette used to call garbage time. Wolter gets the first, we'll get one more.
Well, it's nice to get these reserves some minutes out there. They work hard in practice all week long. And
they still have their reserve team or reserve games?
Yeah, yes they do. There have been quite a few of them canceled this year for different reasons. But
shot there from Singer, no good, knocked out of bounds. Wills go back to the Galloping Ghosts. Typically those are what, played Saturday mornings?
Saturday mornings, there's some Monday night games, but the majority of them are Saturday mornings.
Nice opportunity for some of the guys that don't get a lot of time on the court during the regular season to get some playing time.
Yeah, it gets them some game time experience.
Fond du Lac on a turnover is coming up court with it quickly.
Shot for Ziggy.
Ziggy shot it back of the rim. Hoop wouldn't have it. Gets his own rebound, forced it. He's hammered. Cameron Ziggy, a 6'4" junior. And he will shoot a pair of free throws here. With 62 seconds left. Ball's going to go against Aaron Gustman. First personal for Gustman. So Ziggy to the free throw line. Gets the first, and we'll get one more. Fond du Lac to go 6-0 in the Fox Valley Association. A pair there by Ziggy. Next Thursday night, we'll have girls basketball. North Fond du Lac Fighting Orioles will host the Hornets of Marquezan from the Marquezan, ranked number 2 right now in the state of Wisconsin. That should be a great basketball game. Marquezan and North Fond du Lac girls basketball next week. Turnover. Here comes Jerome Allen, and he is fouled going to the basket. That girls game next Thursday, 8 p.m. tip-off. We'll have it for you about 10 o'clock. Foul will go against Wolter. His first personal. And Jerome Allen to the free throw line. I believe Allen is this year's fan favorite, is he not?
I think so.
Every year, they always seem to have somebody out there that the kids, student body, like to...
Yeah, I think Jerome's that one this year. Yeah. I think Jerome's coming out if he makes this one.
Remset, that's why I missed it. Did you ever do that? You know you're coming out, so you personally missed that one purposely?
No, never. No? Never.
No, you just missed it.
I could never hit him. That's...
Couldn't accuse you of that, huh?
No, I was not a very good free throw shooter in high school.
Almost losing on the baseline. You kick it out there to Schoenfeld. His shot is good. And down to 25 seconds to go. DIENER is fouled on the way to the basket. So Drake will go to the free throw line, a chance to pick up a point or two. Cameron Ziggy back into the game now for Fond du Lac.
Jerome Allen's coming out. You score, you're out.
That's how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. You get down to this time, you got 6 guys to work in the ball game, so if you score, you got to come out until the next guy scores.
Well, then you want to save that last shot for the last shot of the game. DIENER misses the front. We'll get one more. Gets the second.
Hey, see, he scored. He's coming out.
And Jerome Allen back in.
Yeah.
I never knew that's how it works.
That's the way it works.
That's the way it works.
That's one of those tidbits I can bring along.
Yep. See? I knew you'd be good in here tonight.
I'm good for something, huh?
Yeah, well, you betcha you are. BORCHARDT throws up a wild shot. Nothing but glass. Fond du Lac, we get down. Simon, three-pointer. No good. Scramble for the loose ball. And that scramble is a proper word there. 2 seconds left. Fond du Lac stay perfect in the season. Number 2 in the state of Wisconsin. Turnaround shot by Singer is no good, and we've come to the end of the game. Your final KFC score tonight, Fond du Lac 55, Kaukauna34. Roger and I will be back to wrap it up right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
The best shellackers. So if you're green with envy, wear gold, they're perfect matches. That's why I love my green.
34, Fond du Lac Cardinals taking care of business again tonight, Roger, and Fond du Lac will go to 6-0 on the conference schedule, 8-0 on the season, deserving their number 2 ranking. Today, one of those games where Fond du Lac, frankly, wasn't real sharp. Probably going through the motions a little bit, but had that spurt early in the second half when they turned up the tempo, and that's where they were able to really put some room between themselves and Kaukauna.
Yeah, I think when they really started pushing the ball, it turned the tide in the game a little bit. And they got some easy baskets when they were struggling a little bit offensively, and you get out in the open floor and get some easy baskets, it picks up the rest of your game.
With the number of weapons that the Fond du Lac Cardinals have, it really limits the opportunity for any given game that you're going to struggle offensively. In that, let me give an example. If you have 2 scorers, let's say, you can have a game where one is off, one is double covered or something, and you can really struggle as a team. However, as the Fond du Lac Cardinals can, I've used the phrase all year long, you can pick your poison with them. If you stop DIENER, you have Rose and Phoenix and Jekyll to deal with, and Schrum and company. If you, and vice versa. They have so many weapons to go to that on any given day, any one of them could lead you in scoring.
Yeah, any night they can have any one of those 8, 9 kids could lead them in scoring. Tonight, Casey Jekyll played a whale of a ball game, just outstanding. And I think the other kid that really stood out for me was Travis DIENER. He came in there in the second half, really pushed the ball up the floor well, got the Cardinals running, and got him some easy baskets, found the open man. And I think those 2 kids really deserve the game ball tonight.
Another outstanding win from the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Well, Roger, thanks for joining us here in tonight's game. They don't seem to want to let you sit on the bench, but you can come up and sit with us anytime you want.
All righty, thanks, Mike.
Roger Springborn sitting in and helping us a little color commentary tonight, and certainly appreciate that from Roger. It lends us an awful lot that we don't get from the coaching viewpoint. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with the scoring leaders to wrap up tonight's game right after this on your Cardinals Basketball Report.
My Green Bay Packers.
I love my Green Bay Packers.
Too large or small for Spees Painting and Decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial.
Continues to roll also, so that should be a great game, and we'll be there to get it for you. 8 o'clock tip-off, we'll have it for you at 10 o'clock on Thursday. Friday night, we'll be right back here with boys basketball. The Fond du Lac Goodrich Cardinals will play host to the Appleton West Terrors. That's a 8 o'clock tip-off here from the Redbird Arena. Likewise, we'll have that one for you at 10 o'clock. Thanks, Dwight. Tonight, go out to our video sports crew. a long day, a doubleheader action today. As earlier in the afternoon, if you saw it, Fond du Lac wrestling as Fond du Lac beat Camel Sport to win their own dual meet. As Fond du Lac went 4